Math lesson 105. The name under this line plot is about eggs. The numbers tell us about eggs. The addition problem for this number, 26, would be 26 plus 26 plus 26. The addition problem for this one, this column, is 21 plus 21. We're going to show eggs that are in baskets. Some baskets have 21 eggs. Some baskets have 23 eggs. I'll show a B for each basket. You'll tell me how many eggs are in that basket. The number for this column is 23. How many eggs are in this basket? There's only one, so there's only 23. How many eggs are in this basket? 21. There are 27 eggs in this basket. Now you're going to figure out eggs for all the baskets. The addition problem for 21 is 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21. The addition problem for 23 is 23 plus 23 plus 23. 25 only has one B in it, so it's just 25. 27 has two B's in it, so it's 27 plus 27. 21 plus 21 plus 21 plus 21 equals 84. 23 plus 23 plus 23 equals 69. 25 is by itself. And 27 plus 27 equals 54. Open your workbook to lesson 105 and find part 1. You're going to add up the total for each column that has B's in it for A and B. Pause the video now to work the problems. You're only adding up the numbers. For A, in column 5, you have 5 plus 5 plus 5 because there's 3 B's in there. For 8, it would be 8 plus 8. For 10, it would be 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10, and 11 is all by itself. For B, you have, in column 20, you have 20 plus 20 plus 20. For 22, you have 22, 22, 22 plus 22 plus 22 plus 22. For column 25, you have 25 plus 25, and 27 is all by itself. Last time you worked probability problems for a spinner. In part A, write the probability equation for each color. Pause the video now to set up these equations. Resume when you're ready to check your work. Here is what you should have. If you spin the wheel one time, green is your most likely color it will land on. The probability of the wheel stopping at green is 40/100ths. The color that is least likely is purple. The probability of the wheel stopping at purple is 5/100ths. If you spin the wheel 100 times, the percent show the number of times you would expect the wheel to stop at different colors. I'll say that again. If you spin the wheel 100 times, the percent show the number of times you would expect the wheel to stop at different colors. If you spin the wheel 100 times, you would expect it to stop at yellow about 30 times. because yellow is 30% of the wheel. If you spin the wheel 100 times, you would expect the wheel to stop at red about 25 times. If you spin the wheel 100 times, how many times would you expect it to stop at green? You would expect it to stop at green 40 times if you spun the wheel 100 times. If you spun the wheel 100 times, you'd expect it to stop at purple 5 times. We can show the numbers are correct by replacing t in each equation with 100. That tells us that we take 100 trials. Each equation shows that the percent number is the expected number of times the spinner will stop. The expected number for yellow is 30. The expected number for purple is 5. The expected number for green is 40, and the expected number for red is 25. Remember, percent numbers are the expected numbers for 100 trials. Now please open your textbook to lesson 105 and find part 1. I'll read each question. You'll tell the answer. Question A. If you take 100 trials, about how many times would you expect the spinner to stop at white? The answer, 16 times. Question B. If you take 100 trials, about how many times would you expect the spinner to stop at brown? The answer, 31 times. Question C. If you take 100 trials, about how many times would you expect the spinner to stop at green? About 43 times. And question D. If you take 100 trials, about how many times would you expect the spinner to stop at red? About 10 times. Now please find part 2 in your textbook. These are multiplication problems. You're going to show the numbers you add for tens and ones. The sample problem is already worked, 6 times 25. The problems below show the parts that you add, 6 times 20 plus 6 times 5. Below you complete the equation, 120 plus 30 equals 150. Go ahead and work problem A. Pause the video now, resume when you're ready to check your work. Here's what you should have. Now go ahead and work problem B, pause the video and resume when you're ready to check your work. Here is what you should have. And go ahead and work problem C. Pause the video, resume when you're ready to check your work. Here is what you should have. Now let's practice mixed number fractions. 8 1/4. We're going to write the fraction for this mixed number. Remember, we multiply, then add. The denominator will stay the same for the new mix for the top-heavy fraction. 8 times, so first denominator stays the same, then 4 times 8 is 32, plus 1 is 33. 8 1/4 equals 33/4. 2 3/5. Remember, the denominator stays the same. 5 times 2, 10. 10 plus 3, 13. So 2 3/5 equals 13/5. Find part 3 in your textbook. Pause the video now to work these problems. A, B, C, D, and E. A reads 1 3/7. Denominator stays the same at 7. 7 times 1 equals 7, plus 3 is 10. So the answer is 10/7. Problem B, 20 and 1/2. Denominator stays the same. 2 times 20 equals 40, plus 1 equals 41. So you have 41 over 2. Do the rest on your own. Pause the video now, resume when you're ready to continue. Please find part 4 in your textbook. You'll follow the directions for each item and write the new decimal number. I'll go through and read them now. A, 1300ths divided by 100. B, 2 300ths divided by 10. C, 9 9/10ths divided by 100. D, 99 thousandths multiplied by 1,000. E, 48 2/10ths divided by 100. F, 102 thousandths multiplied by 100. Remember, if you're dividing, you move the decimal to the left, and if you're multiplying, you move it to the right. The amount of decimal places that you move it depends on the number of zeros in what you're multiplying or dividing by. 10 would be 1, 100 would be 2, 1,000 would be 3. Pause the video now to work the problems. First, we have problem A, 1300ths divided by 100. You're going to move the decimal 2 places to the left. Here's your answer. 2. Problem B, 2 300ths. Moving the decimal place to 1 place to the left, giving you 203 thousandths. Here's what you should have for the remainder. C, D, E, and F. Now find part 5 in your textbook. Here's a spinner. Problem A, if you spin the wheel 10 times, what's the expected number for the wheel to stop spinning? Problem A, if you spin the wheel 10 times, what's the expected number for the wheel stopping at yellow? The probability equation for yellow would be 40/100ths t equals y. Problem B, you spin the wheel until it lands on purple 4 times. How many trials would you expect to take? The probability equation for purple is 5/100ths t equals p. Work problem A. Pause the video now to work it. Resume when you're ready to check your answer. Here's what you should have. Now work problem B. You spin the wheel until it lands on purple 4 times. How many trials would you expect to take? 80 trials. Here's your answer. Problem C. Pause the video now to work the problem. Resume when you're ready to check your work. Here's what you should have. And go ahead and work problem D. Pause the video now. Resume when you're ready to check your work. Here's what you should have. Now your independent work begins. Textbooks parts 6 through 14 and workbook part 2. If you need help, reach out to me on chat. Otherwise, get busy.